back to Game On. All of you loyal listeners, thanks so much for being with us on AM 550, FM 102.9, WDUN. I'm Katie B. Davis, and boy, it is an absolute honor to be bringing you this Tuesday's show from Gainesville Middle School, where the Atlanta Dream just wrapped up practice in front of a big crowd, and now they are all sitting at tables waiting on the young women and some older women and some older men to come get autographs. And people have brought everything from basketballs to T-shirts to just slips of paper. It's quite something to see, and I think I might slip over there and get a couple of autographs myself. Hey, if Brian Perkle can get an autograph from Deshaun Watson, dadgummit, I can go get one from Angel McCautry. That's all I'm saying. Braves, just a little update on their game tonight with the Rockies, tied 1-1 right now, top of the second. Alex Wood, former University of Georgia pitcher, making his third start for the Braves, looking for his first win of the season, and I am hopeful he's going to get it tonight. We're trying to get some more Dream players over. In the meantime, in between time, though, we've got the best replacement ever. Former West Hall women's basketball coach, girls basketball coach, Lynn Jarrett, sitting next to me, wearing her Take the Show on the Road event T-shirt, care of the Atlanta Dream. She is currently the Gainesville 7th grade girls coach. Correct about that?
That's correct. And
that's
looking
fun.
Forward to it.
I said when you gave me that news, I said I've never wanted to go watch 7th grade basketball as much as I want to go watch 7th grade basketball now. How are you going to handle high school down to 7th? That's going to take some patience, Coach.
It's a lot of patience, and I know that. You know, it's 7th grade's kind of that transition from the rec ball. Everybody played. Everybody was happy.
Right.
You got a snack, and now you kind of have to it's a training for them. But, you know, I am so excited to be a Red Elephant and grateful the opportunity that Gainesville and Coach Gilmore has given me. But, yes, I think patience. I'll probably have to write it on my hand every day.
You know, wear yourself a rubber band. Just pop yourself anytime you want to holler at one of them. Well, listen, is this not one of the coolest things in the world to get to come see a professional women's basketball team run a practice? Yeah,
it really is, and I would like to have seen the stands full. Of course, the month of July is tough with vacations and things, but this was a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
It really was. The Dream did a great job, and, of course, Gainesville Middle School and Gainesville hosted, so it's really been a lot of fun.
What was your first impression upon seeing these 14 women out on the floor?
Well, just the size.
Yeah.
You know, I told Coach Gilmore, Brenda, I said, you could have been a guard. I said, you're looking short.
That's the truth.
And,
that's the truth.
So I think that's the first thing that stands out is just the size of the young ladies. And, of course, then you see the skill level and just, how good they are.
Young ladies right now all lining up, some with fathers, some with mothers, some just on their own, getting autographs from the Atlanta Dream players now as we speak. And you want to know about something cool to see. I said this to Tiffany Hayes. I got a great honor of talking with former University of Connecticut guard Tiffany Hayes moments ago, and I said to her, I didn't have this growing up. You didn't have this growing up. What do you hope all of these young people that you see here take away from something like this?
Well, I think it gives you a goal, and of course, and it gives you a reason to continue to work, and you can see. And the great thing about athletics today is it's not just you see people around, maybe not playing, but you see females involved, and there's something to do now besides when your career ends. You can continue to do something with the sport that you love. So it gives me chill bumps. It's great.
Speaking with former West Hall girls basketball coach, current Gainesville Middle School girls 7th grade coach, Lynn Jarrett here on Game On. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen in on our little exhibition here at Gainesville Middle School. Boy, we are having quite the time. You've been to numerous coaching clinics. What can you learn? What can coaches learn from an event like this, seeing how a practice is run?
Well, we already saw a little drill. We were sitting there talking, a little drill that they did. So you can pick up drills. You do a lot of the same thing, but there's little wrinkles that go with them. So there was a couple of drills they did. I don't know that you pick up a lot of X's and O's tonight, but there was some things as far as some shooting drills and things that they did that I think we can do.
Playing in college, you did, I did. I have never stepped foot on the floor with a grown man and been expected to go toe-to-toe with him.
And I think that's part of the game that's changed because the female athlete has gotten, so much better. And I think if you go to any Division I programs now, they all practice against the boys. And even in high school, we went 2 mornings against the 9th grade boys team. So I think being able to match the athleticism, and it does make you better, but that's what's making, I think, has really helped the girls' game grow.
The only time I played against guys, I mean, I do now, but come on, it's church league pickup basketball, right? And I just do it to make myself feel good. The only time I remember playing against boys, I was in the 8th grade, and we played against, I was varsity. We were playing against the boys JV at Gainesville, but the boys JV was Blake Davis, Kerry Nordholz, Caleb Henson, all these guys that would go on to lead Gainesville to a Final Four their senior year, Demetrius Buffington and these kind of guys, and we just got absolutely spanked. I don't even think we got a shot off. They didn't give us anything. So it's really, that's why I said when speaking with Tiffany Hayes how fun it was to watch these girls actually go toe-to-toe, these women, toe-to-toe with men who were not trying to take a play off. They were trying to take them for everything they were worth. Coach, have you gone to an Atlanta Dream game? Have you been to one? And what are your thoughts on the WNBA as a whole?
Yeah, we're going in a couple weeks, but I think it's great, and I think it's they're doing a lot to promote it. I think there's more athletes now for us to watch. When they first started, there wasn't a large number of girls that were really, but I think this year has really helped them with the Special 3 that came out. So it's growing. Just as the game's growing, I think it's getting better because there's better players to watch.
Do you enjoy seeing it grow at the rate that it is? We're in the 40th anniversary of Title IX, and they've been doing a series on ESPN, 9 for 9, with several documentaries about really the pioneers for women's sports or who put women's sports on the map, or like Venus Versus, where Venus got women the same amount of money in Wimbledon as men, and things of that nature. Is it growing at a pace you like?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that we see the caliber of play getting better. I think as it grows, we got to be careful that it grows in the right way.
Yeah.
That
well
we don't
said.
bring in some of the things that the male programs have had to deal with. I think we've got to be careful that it doesn't grow like that. But, there's no doubt, that it's there for the female now if she'll work. There's opportunities.
Fantastic. Coach Lynn Jarrett, former West Hall Lady Spartan. Now she's a Gainesville Middle School Lady Red Elephant. Always a pleasure talking to you, Coach. I'm glad you got to see me.
Thank you, Katie.
Absolutely, Coach Jarrett. What fun getting to talk to Coach Lynn Jarrett. Folks, we're going to welcome in at this time Atlanta Dream coach Fred Williams. I got the chance to speak with him a few weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun. So we wanted to bring him back and talk with him a little bit now today. First time I've ever seen you, Coach, run a practice. I've seen you run a game, and you do a whale of a job.
Thank you.
First time I've ever seen you run a practice. What are your goals when you come into a setting like this with your young ladies?
Well, for one, is to demonstrate to the young ladies in the basketball teams that are here that the skill work and the set of what we do is a routine. And as you can see, sometimes I didn't even really have to, move a finger or blow a whistle a lot. Right. And the players know what to do. So it's all about energy. It's all about timing. And, with our veteran players doing the things they need to do on the court, it makes a life a lot easier for me.
I bet it does. And so much of basketball is instinct. It is reaction and response more so than thought. It is muscle memory. And you really saw that out on the floor with your girls, whether they're putting up shots or running defense. It's something that interests me so much, though, Coach, is I remember being a young girl out on the basketball courts, and you learn the basics of defense. You learn denying on the wing, and you learn help side defense, and you learn closeout, and you learn angles. Y'all are still doing that same stuff.
Same stuff
that we were doing back in middle school. How important are those repetitions to your success?
Well, it's important, just from using a pivot, right pivot, left pivot, triple threat position in scoring. You'd see a lot of float shots that we use. Some off-balance shots, too. A lot of players these days are shooting off-balance shots, so you got to practice those also. But the fundamentals are very, very important, even at the pro level. And some of the pro players never had some of these fundamental things. Right. So we still go through the basics every day, and it's just a routine for us.
Coming up on the second half of your season, All-Star break was this past weekend, and Angel McCoughtry, the star of the Atlanta Dream, had a great game for the Eastern All-Stars. Went on a bit of a slide, a 4-game losing streak going into the All-Star break, but wound up beating Connecticut there the game before the actual All-Star break. How are you feeling going into the second half of the season? I know you all are dealing with injuries to Tiffany Hayes, Sancho Little. But overall, how is your team feeling?
Well, we feel very good, especially coming off a win. A lot of teams in this league, you're going to have a few slumps here and there.
Right.
Some teams had a 6-game losing streaks or, more than that. But for us, we knew we were going to go through a rough time when we lost Sancho and Tiff. And we had to regroup ourselves by being on the road against, some Western Conference teams. So, we were able to fight, pretty hard and battle in L.A., almost got that game. And in Seattle, we fought to the wire. And, coming home, we said we regroup against Connecticut, and that's what we did. And I think the second half of the season, you see us, come to play of trying to push that, trying to get into the playoffs, and that's our goal.
We should qualify, though, the Western Conference opponents you face going into the All-Star break. This is the best the Western Conference has to offer. Los Angeles Sparks. You face the Lynx. You face Seattle. Teams that are the upper echelon of the WNBA. First year as head coach, your team looks like they have fun playing with each other. How important is it to have that aspect? The fun part of basketball still be present for professional athletes? Well,
it's a family, and I talk to them about being on time, working hard and having fun. That's 3 things that's written on the board before every practice and before every game, and I really mean that. I like a team to have fun no matter what the outcome is. We want our fans to walk away and say, hey, that was exciting. That was exciting basketball to see a 360 move by, Armini Price, or a nice rebound by Sancho. If you're having fun, entertaining, the audience, that's what it's all about. And we're entertainers. I mean, when you look at it, we got to entertain, and the players are doing a good job at it.
Alex Bentley's been a key cog for you here of late. Erica D'Souza, you always know what you're going to get from her. You always know what you're going to get from Angel McCoughtry. I want you to talk, though, about and this is totally for selfish reasons, the addition of Ruth Riley to this team. I loved watching her play in college. It was the only time in my life I've ever cheered for Notre Dame is when Ruth Riley was playing center for them. Talk about her as a veteran in the league and the leadership that she brings simply by being on the roster.
Well, the leadership she brings, she's coming back real slowly with a injury, and I want to bring her along slowly in her system. She's good for the players, the younger players, because she's been there. She's won championships, and she knows what it takes, and she knows what it's all about. She knows that her turn of getting a lot of minutes are coming, and little by little she's going to be inserted in for those minutes, and hopefully we have her in full strength, coming down, the end of the season and playoff time. But wonderful person, works hard every day, high IQ for basketball, and that type of person you want in your system.
My final question is this, Coach. Had a great start to the season, the best start the Atlanta Dream as an organization has had in its history. How do you ensure that your players are playing that well heading into the playoffs, because you have the talent to make a run for the title?
Well, the other teams are starting to regroup and get healthy, like Indiana and Chicago had some injuries a little bit there. But, for us, we just got to keep focused on what we've been doing in our, strong 6-game winning streak run there for a while, and just, stay strong and build on each game, because you can't look forward to 2 games ahead. You got to look at the next game coming up. For us, we got to keep practicing hard, keep doing things out in the community like we're doing here right now, because that pumps us up to play in front of people. And, just really execute a little bit more harder on defense, and we should be fine.
Well, Coach Williams, I got to tell you, a pleasure talking to you. Second time I've gotten a chance to do it this season. I hope I get a third time before your playoff run, because I know without a doubt one is coming for the Atlanta Dream. Thanks so much for coming to Gainesville and putting on this event. It's been wonderful.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. Coach of the Atlanta Dream, folks. What a treat for me. I hope it was a treat for you as well. When we come back, we'll update you on the Braves game, and we will wrap things things up here at Gainesville Middle School from the Take the Show on the Road event with the Atlanta Dream. I'm Katie B. You come back too.
From the WDUN